Good evening, welcome back, Poetry Lovers, or as Mr. Darren Locke would say, hello, hello, hello. And huge shout out to Darren Locke, by the way, for inspiring me to make these music-related album reviews. And please check out his channel if you have the chance. You will not regret it, I promise you. My name is ZM Wise, and here I am with a home recording just for you. This is the third in a series of Bowie reissue box sets, which include entire albums, and just absolutely incredible. This is A New Career in a New Town, 1977 to 1982. It's a very important part in Mr. Bowie's life. Pretty much everything he has ever done was experimental in some form or fashion, but especially in this point, which includes the Berlin Trilogy. We will get to that in a minute. For now, let us explore the contents. Let's go in order. Low, Heroes Extended Play, which is exclusive to this box set. Stage 2017 mix, Lodger 2017 remix, Scary Monsters, Recall 3, and New Career in a New Town, the booklet. So, let us explore. Low. Oh my god. This says so much. First of all, if you watched the first album, you saw how much I gushed about Hunky Dory and how it was one of the first of 3 albums of his that really changed my life. This was the second one. I rented 3 albums from the library of Bowie's and completely changed me in many, many ways. Speed of Life. If I could have my own theme music, it would be Speed of Life by David Bowie. I love pretty much every single track on this album, I gotta say. And it's very incredible. Sound and Vision, just of course, just classic. What in the World is wonderful. Breaking Glass. Be My Wife. Although I like the deeper version in the promo film. And then starts his instrumentals, starting with A New Career in a New Town, which was the name of the box set. And then Warzawa. Art Decade is one of my favorites. Bowie did everything in Weeping Wall. He worked with Brian Eno on this album, Heroes, Lodger, and then again on the album Outside. But yeah, so this album in general is just incredible. Just brings together 2 fantastic innovators. And Brian Eno previously did work with Roxy Music and Genesis for The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. And yes, and Subterraneans is definitely my favorite instrumental besides Speed of Life. But yeah, so just all around fantastic album. And like Station to Station, this is sort of another film still from The Man Who Fell to Earth, which came out 2 years prior to this album. Next we have Heroes, the 3rd album that changed my life. And this was recorded in the same year, not too long after Low, because we recorded materials for both and with the same concept, except this one in the Berlin Trilogy was recorded entirely in Berlin, whereas this one is only a portion. I love Beauty and the Beast very much. Very much. The title track, Heroes, you can't go wrong with that. And Sons of the Silent Age was pretty decent, I must admit. Sense of Doubt, probably my favorite instrumental. And there's Moss Garden, which is very relaxing, which calls upon Brian Eno's very just innovative techniques, as well as Bowie plucking away at a koto. It's a Japanese instrument. Neukölln is it's about the Turkish people living in this isolated town and just having a terrible time in life. And The Secret Life of Arabia is just a great way to end it. So, Heroes. Let's check and see if there are any gifts. I usually include gifts in these albums, or they try to recreate the LPs. And, of course, these are all CDs, which is the way I like them, but LPs are nice too. Don't forget, poetry lovers, these albums are available in vinyl if you prefer that. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. This includes, yep, a track list. Yeah. See? Little gifts, just have to dig deep. Some include track lists, some include flyers, some include lyrics. Just depends. And heroes, what did it include? I think this one included lyrics, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, lyrics. And incredible lyrics at that. Bowie resumed using this very clever cut-up technique he learned from Burroughs and Brian Geisen. Heroes EP, or extended play, which includes Heroes/Helden, Heroes and Eros, both in German and in French. Includes the dual medley of both tracks, and as well as the single versions of the two different languages. So, that's right. There are no gifts in this one, I checked. His second live album at the time, Stage. Just incredible. Again, recorded in Philadelphia. Whoa, blown up. Okay, so you know how there are some versions you prefer live and some versions you prefer in the studio. So with this one, I prefer the songs Ziggy Stardust, So Love, live, and specifically from this album. I did like the instrumental version, or the instrumental Warsaw on the Stage album, as opposed to the Low album. I like that better. And, yeah, it's just absolutely incredible, amazing. Gifts in here include, they're in here. They're in here, I believe. Besides the record sleeves, what else do we have? Anything? Yes. Hang on, just a second. There's a little something. Just has to fall out. Hang on, just a second. Okay, can't get it out, so let me pause. Finally got it out. The David Bowie official international fan club. So, for a little while there was an official Bowie fan club, and many sides of David Bowie's latest album at the time, Heroes. So this must have been included in it. I just couldn't get it because the poor thing was bent. That, of course, was my fault. I will not bend that again. I'll just bend the rules. No, but seriously. Okay, so, Stage. In you. Okay, Stage, 2017 mix. And, not too crazy about how this is just a tad bent, but it's how it came, so everything was brand new. And gifts in here included sort of a picture of Mr. Bowie. So they added a bonus track on this album. Actually, a few bonus tracks, including the Genie, and I believe Suffragette City. If it wasn't already, hang on. I don't think Suffragette City was on this one. Right, yes, I was right, haha. So they include Genie and Suffragette City, as well as one of my favorite Bowie covers ever, Alabama Song. I like it much better than the studio version. This one shows him really going at it, and Absolutely amazing song, written by Bertolt Brecht and Kurt Weill, two great songwriters. This is the 2017 edition of Stage, totally remastered. And like David Live, this was released in 2005 as well as a remaster, which I also have. So, next we come to the final album of the Berlin trilogy, Lodger. And, boom, Bowie wanted to do this photo of him if his nose was broken, or if he had just, like, pretty much like a murder scene. It's a postcard. And if you fold it all the way out, puts this on the inside. So photos, some of them very disturbing. And this one, they recovered Bowie from an accident. And boom. Yeah. So this album is just amazing. Like almost every track on here, it opens with the great Fantastic Voyage. And African Night Flight, which is one of my favorite tracks ever. I also love Red Sails, Boys Keep Swinging, which is a song to his son. Kind of like Kooks, except it's more mature. DJ is decent. I like Look Back in Anger. And these are all lyrics. Let's see if I missed any of my favorites. Nope. I did not. Fun fact, if you play Move On backwards, the chords from All the Young Dudes. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that just wild? Doesn't that just blow your mind, poetry lovers? Let's see, the gifts in here. Yeah, like I said, lyrics. So, there's Lodger. And then, Tony Visconti worked very hard on the 2017 remix, so I tip my hat to him for doing such an incredible, amazing job. And again, looks kind of the same, just different styles. Whoops. Again, broken nose Bowie. So let's see. Gibson here. Good. Pictures. So that's right. So that's the 2017 remix of Lodger. This incredible record, all around. Scary Monsters. Oh my gosh. Tony Visconti said that they felt like they were recording their version of Revolver by the Beatles, but like they're like just them. Kind of like with Heroes. On here, Robert Fripp from King Crimson plays lead guitar and is just fascinating. Lovely tracks. It's No Game, part 1, or number 1 and number 2, inspired by an old track called Tired of My Life, which was written in 1970. Well, actually, no. Written several years before that. Up the Hill Backwards, an amazing song. And it's a feel-good, just moving on song. I love Ashes to Ashes, Scary Monsters, Super Creeps, it's the title track, Fashion. I love Teenage Wildlife very much. I used a quote from that for one of my books. Scream Like a Baby is just amazing. So, yes. So, Scary Monsters, Gifts. Probably not an actual monster. That'd be weird. So, lyrics in little cards. So, great. And then, Recall 3 includes Heroes single version, Beauty and the Beast extended version, Breaking Glass Australian single version, which is actually an extended version, The Assassin single version, DJ single version, Alabama Song, Space Oddity 1979 version, it's a remake, Ashes to Ashes single version, Fashion single version, Scary Monsters Super Creeps single version, Crystal Japan, which is a great instrumental, again, a lot of use of the koto, Under Pressure single version, which is by Queen as well as David Bowie. The entire extended play of Bertolt Brecht's Ball, which Bowie starred in before. Ball's Hymn, Remembering Marie A., Ballad of the Adventurers, The Drowned Girl, which you could see a music video of, and The Dirty Song. There's Cat People Putting Out Fire, the original soundtrack album version, which Bowie later on recorded for Let's Dance, and Peace on Earth / Little Drummer Boy by David Bowie and Bing Crosby. So some rarities that are left out include the instrumentals from Low, Some Are, and All Saints. There's a remixed version of Sound and Vision. From Heroes, there's Abdul Mahid, Joe the Lion remixed version. Let's see, from Lodger, there's a great track called I Pray, Olé, and a 1988 remade version of Look Back in Anger. And from Scary Monsters, Panic in Detroit, May 1979. Not included with. I get it, you can include all the rarities and stuff, but trust me, I'm a completist when it comes to Bowie. I want everything. Everything. So, and of course, it includes a nice little booklet. So, includes rare photos, interviews from this period. Very important. So, with this box set, includes, let's see, 4 studio albums, 1 live album, 1 compilation, 1 EP, 1 reissue of the live album, 1 reissue of a studio album. Altogether, the discs 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 discs and the booklet. So, a new career in a new town. It's absolutely incredibly amazing. Tell me some of your favorite tracks. Tell me some of the Bowie albums that changed your life, please. Remember, exclusives to this box set are the Heroes EP, 2017 versions of Stage and Lodger, and of course, Recall 3. So, another fine addition to Bowie's career, and just incredible. I will see you all next time for the Loving the Alien box set, 1983 to 1988. So, poetry lives, long live the arts, music, Mr. Bowie, and such a versatile